Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So in this video, what I want to talk about is my 5 confluences for swing trades, right? That I need to get into a trade. All right? Now, I have 5 confluences, main confluences that I like to see when I am getting into a swing trade. So we're going to talk about this, right? I need to see at least 4 out of the 5 confluences. Because every now and then you might have to, switch up your thinking process for it to kind of still be something. But we got to see, right? So I'm going to break this all down for you guys. Now, nothing that I say in this video is financial advice. If you guys want financial advice, be sure to go talk to a licensed financial advisor. All right? So, with that being said, you guys, the first thing I need to see to get into a trade, this is one confluence, is going to be I need to see a pullback. Okay? Point blank, period. I need to see a pullback. The reason why is because I never want to get into a trade and pay more for my contracts than I have to. Right? Never. So, if I see that we're in an uptrend, let's say we broke out of a downtrend channel, and I see we came up, I am not going to chase that move. I am going to wait for the pullback. I'm going to wait for those contracts to come back down in price. I'm going to enter in at the low and then ride it up to the next leg. That is called understanding your risk to reward. Okay? Let me give you guys an example of exactly what I mean. All right? So here's an example, y'all. Let's go to do what I did last week, NVO. I've been doing my thing on swings lately, right? Here's a good example that everybody been hearing me talk about. That's why I'm bringing this up. Right here. Right? I saw NVO had came up here. Right? Yes, we have a gap right here. Yes, we have a gap. Absolutely. But I saw that we had a failed 2 up right here. So what did I do? I waited for the pullback to enter into a trade, right? Enter. This is where I enter in. When I see red, I always say, wait until you see red to enter into calls and wait until you see green to enter into puts. I'm not going to chase the upside move, right? I am going to wait until we see red and then we can ride this move to the upside. And what do? Hold Discord banked. All right? So that is the first one. I am always going to wait for the pullback. Okay? Now, the next thing that I like to see is going to be, I like to see order flow. Right? I like to see order flow. Now, when I say order flow, I like to see big institutions putting in their money into a stock, into an options contract. Right? If I see a setup, but I don't see order flow, I don't know. I might take it, I might not. But the order flow in the direction of the trade that I'm looking for is definitely going to help me and help me say, hey, this makes sense. Okay? So order flow is another one. Right? The next thing, the strat setup. What is the strat setup? I need to see a strat method setup on that daily time frame for me to enter into a trade. I need to see it. Okay? I need to see a one candle, a failed two down, a failed two up, whatever direction I'm going in. I need to see that setup on the daily time frame for me to enter into the trade. Okay. Now, also, what I'm going to say is, in order to swing trade, you need to know, is this a short-term swing trade like an overnight, or is this a multi-day or a multi-week or a multi-month swing trade? That's going to dictate the answer to this as well. Okay? So, those are two things first, three things, right? Pullback, order flow, and then also the strat method setup. Okay? Now, the next two things. The next thing is going to be, it has to be inside of a fair value gap or at an order block. If I'm getting into calls, I need to see it in a bullish fair value gap on the daily because I know buyers are there, and then or an order block. Okay? Now, case in point, back to this. Pullback, fair value gap, bullish fair value gap right here. That's why I entered, and then look what happened. We came up because buyer stepped in and pushed us right back up. The buyers are going to push this stock up after it already came down, right? It's more likely for a stock to go right where it just came back from instead of coming up here and trying to go further before it came back, right? It did not get the slingshot effect yet, right? So I need to see it. When it pulls back, it got to be in a bullish fair value gap, right? Now, sometimes it's not going to pull back, right? But for example, this is a good example, right? This was Amazon. When I had got 600% on, I remember this one. This was the pullback right here, right? It didn't pull back like multi-day, but it pulled back in a day and then went up and it created a failed two down at resistance right here. So it created a failed two down right here, then it gaps up, right? And then it went up some, right? 600% overnight, cool. But the point is, it was in a bullish fair value gap and it was already in an uptrend. This is why I got into that trade. So even though we didn't pull back crazy multi-day, we did come down already, and then we created a failed two down. But it was in a bullish fair value gap. That's why I got in the calls and wrote it up, and it gapped up and it went crazy. Okay? Or, like I say, the order block. Okay? If we got an order block, then we good money as well. Right? And then the last thing is market structure. Is it holding the market structure? Is it holding the market structure? Is it at a support level and it hasn't broken below the support level? Therefore, I know what's going to happen. Therefore, I know, right? Is it holding market structure? That's what I always want to know. That's what I'm paying attention to. Now, sometimes it won't necessarily be, along the lines of market structure, but it could still be a solid swing trade. So it does depend, and it also depends on what phase the stock is in, right? Is it in a breakout phase? Is it accumulating right now? Like, we got to know what area it's in, what phase it's in first. But at the end of the day, is it holding market structure? That's what I want to know. And if it's holding market structure, the strat method setup is there, order flow is there, we're in a fair value gap, right? Then I know what time it is. And we already had a pullback. We've already gone in the opposite direction. Then we good money, right? Now, if it's an overnight swing trade, you could look at the 4 hour or the daily. If you're looking at a, couple days, and pay attention to the daily. If you're looking at a couple weeks, pay attention to the weekly and the daily. Right? If you're looking at some months, then you need to be paying attention to the quarterly, the monthly, and the weekly. Right? And a daily for your entries. Stuff is important to know and understand. But those are my 5 confluences that I'm always looking for when I'm entering into a swing trade. Now, an overnight swing trade, I may be a little bit more lenient with those, but longer term swing trades, I'm not going to be as lenient because I'm going to be able to be more patient. An overnight swing trade, I basically need to make a decision by the end of market close. All right? But outside of that, that's going to be what I'm looking for on a consistent basis. Now, with this, I could find 2 to 4 solid setups every single week by following these rules. To the upside or to the downside, it just matters where the market is at. So I hope that this video helped you guys out, right? Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live, all right? Also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? Y'all have a great day. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next video. Y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.